related with the science first. Gravitation, periodic classification of elements and chemical reactions and equations. Okay. Today we are seeing all these things by a chart. Okay. In gravitation, okay, you see the gravitation 1, that means a gravitational force. Newton come to conclusion that earth must be attracting apple towards itself, and this attractive force must be directed towards center of the earth. Newton also thought that the force of gravitation must act on objects at even greater heights, even on the moon. That means here diagram is drawn, here is earth, here is a tree and falling an apple. That means Newton ने क्या conclusion निकाला? Attracting apples towards itself, the attractive force must be directed toward the center of the earth. वो अर्थ के सेंटर के पास आता है ग्रेविटेशनल फोर्स अट्रैक्टेड. Then circular motion and centripetal force, the force act on any object moving along a circle and directed towards the center of the circle. This is called the centripetal force. Okay, for that a stone is tied to a string moving along a circular path, and its velocity is a tangential direction. That means it is a tangential direction. Okay, you are clearing? Are you clear some concepts related with the gravitation? Then Kepler's law. Here diagram, you see the diagram. Kepler's first law. The orbit of a planet is an ellipse with the sun at one of the foci. This is Kepler's first law. Kepler's second law, the line joining planet and the sun sweeps equal areas in equal time of intervals. Means here A is here, B is here. They sweeps equal areas in equal time interval. यहाँ से यहाँ तक जाएंगे, यहाँ से यहाँ तक जाएंगे. That means they cover. This is orbit of a planet moving around the sun. And Kepler's third law is that the square of its period of revolution around the sun is directly proportional to the cube of means distance of a planet from the sun. Thus, if r is the average distance of the planet from the sun and t its period of a revolution, then t square directly proportional to the r cube. That means t square divided by r cube is equal to constant is equal to k. Okay. Now continuing Newton's universal law for gravitation. Every object in the universe attract every another object with a force which is directly proportional to the product of their masses and inversely proportional to the square distance between them, between their centers. The direction of a force is along the line joining their centers. Suppose gravitational force between this m1 is the one of the object, m2 is another object, and force of attraction between them, that is the gravitational force. Gravitational force is equal to g into m1 m2 divided by d square, where g is a constant. Value of a g is 6.67 into 10 raised to minus 11 nm square per kg square, or g is equal to 6.67 into 10 raised to minus 8 cm square per gm square. Okay, now next point is that uniform circular motion or magnitude of a centripetal force. If planet is revolving around the sun in a circular orbit in uniform circular motion, then centripetal force acting on the planet, मतलब आप समझ रहे होंगे, if कोई भी उपग्रह सूरज से रिवॉल्विंग अराउंड द सन, मतलब कोई भी ग्रह सूरज से मतलब बाजू से रिवॉल्व होता होगा, मूव होता होगा इन सर्कुलर ऑर्बिट और सर्कुलर मोशन, देन सेंट्रीपिटल फोर्स इज एक्टिंग ऑन द प्लेनेट. This is an earth revolving around the sun. So centripetal force acting on the earth toward the sun must be F is equal to mv square divided by r. That is a formula for centripetal force, where m is the mass of the planet and v is the speed and r is the distance from the sun. applying Kepler's third law, that is F is equal to 4m pi square divided by r square k, but 4m pi square divided by k is equal to constant. Therefore, F directly proportional 1 upon r square. Thus, Newton concluded that centripetal force, which is force acting on the planet, is responsible for circular motion, must be inversely proportional to the square of the distance between planet and the sun. That means acceleration due to gravity, that is small g is equal to gm upon r square. The rate of the value of small g on the surface of the earth is 9.8 meter per second square. Mass, what is meant by mass and what is meant by height? Mass is amount of matter present in the object. The SI unit of a mass is kg. Mass is scalar quantity. Its value is the same everywhere. And weight, the weight of an object is defined as force with which the earth attracts the object. SI unit is Newton, that means W is equal to mg, that means mass into gravitation. In this we clear the points regarding with the gravitation lesson. Is it clear to you? Okay. In similar manner, second lesson, periodic classification of elements. In that lesson, the major points highlighted on the charts I show you here and I explain. Dobereiner states in 1807, German scientist Dobereiner arranged chemically similar elements in an increasing order of their atomic weights in group of 3 called traits. He showed that in traits, atomic weight of a middle element is approximately equal to the arithmetic mean of atomic weights of their 2 elements of traits. Here, first, second, third traits, lithium, sodium and potassium. Lithium is 6.9, actual weight of sodium 23 and potassium is 39. Therefore, what is here? He showed that atomic weight of middle element, that is the middle element is sodium, is approximately equal to the atomic mean of atomic weights of 2 elements. That means 6.9 plus 39.9, 39.1, that is equal to 23. In similar manner, calcium, strontium, barium, chlorine, bromine, iodine, these are 3 traits by Dobereiner's traits. Then second scientist, Newland's law of octaves. In 1866, Newland, an English scientist, found that when elements are arranged in increasing order of their atomic weights, the properties of 8th element are similar to the first. That means this is first element and this is second element. The first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, 7, 8 properties of H and F are similar. That means repeated by sa, re, ga, ma, pa, dha, ni, sa. Therefore, it is an octave called as octave. Newland's law of octaves. Okay. Mendeleev's periodic table. Mendeleev's periodic law. Dmitry Mendeleev, Russian chemist. Okay. When elements are arranged in the order of their increasing atomic weights, the physical and chemical properties of elements are the periodic function of their atomic weights. Mendeleev's periodic table. Okay. Series: group 1, group 2, group 3, group 4, group 5, group 7, group 6, 7, 8. And write down here from hydrogen to this. He can put some empty space in this periodic table. And he arranged the elements. Those are identified or those are discovered at that time. Therefore, some merits and demerits of the Mendeleev's periodic table. Mendeleev could not predict the possibility of existence of noble gases. Metal and non-metals were not placed in separately in the table. Dissimilar elements were placed in the same group. Mendeleev's table was unable to explain cause of periodicity of chemical properties among elements. सम डिमेरिट्स मीन्स यहाँ पे जो खामियां थी इसकी वो यहाँ पे बताई गई है. ओके. Look at modern periodic table. Henry Moseley find change the total changes by Mendele's periodic table. In this, Henry Moseley clears put all elements which were discovered at that time in a particular manner. He can change the Mendele's periodic table. That means in these elements there are there are 7 groups, 7 periods, 18 periods, horizontal lines and vertical lines. 7 horizontal lines called as 7 groups, and 7 groups and 7 periods, and 18 periods, 1 2 3 4, like 18 periods. Okay. In first and second table, first group and second group are S block elements. These are normal elements. And 3rd to 12 transition element, that is metals, are present in 3rd to 12, that is called D block elements. And 13 to 18 normal elements, that is a P block elements, that is 0 groups. And 4th, the 2 series, lanthanide series and actinide series, which are present at the bottom of the periodic table, called as the F block. That means he arranged the all elements in S block, D block, P block and F block. Where is S block, where is a D block, where is a P block, and where is F block? F block only related with the lanthanide and actinide series. Here the second lesson of the textbook mentioning completely. I think all points are including in this chart. Now third lesson, that is a chemical reactions and equation. We see on the chart in short way, that means we can understand very easily the reactions, combination reaction, decomposition reactions, double displacement reaction and double displacement reaction, oxidation and reduction. What is a combination reaction? When 2 or more substances combine to form a single product, then reaction is known as combination reaction. Example, formation of iron sulfide by mixing of iron and sulfur, that is Fe plus S. Iron plus sulfur gives iron sulfide. This is a combination reaction. By 2, which are these? What we say, these are reactants and this is the product. 2 reactants form one product, that is a combination reaction. Formation of an acid rain. Carbon dioxide plus water gives carbonic acid, H2CO3. And in this, exothermic and endothermic, where hydrogen is evolved and heat is evolved or heat is absorbed. In which reaction heat is evolved called as exothermic and heat is absorbed, that is called endothermic. Here 2 reactions related with exothermic and endothermic reactions. Sodium hydroxide NaOH plus H2O gives NaOH plus heat. That means heat is evolved in this reaction. So it is exothermic reaction. And potassium nitrate, that is KNO3 plus water plus heat gives KNO3 aqueous solution. That is heat is absorbed in this reaction, so it is a endothermic reaction. Next point, decomposition reaction. Thermal decomposition, electric decomposition. Thermal decomposition of a calcium carbonate. During industrial manufacturing of cements at 1000 degrees centigrade, calcium carbonate decomposes into calcium oxide and carbon dioxide. This is a reaction. Calcium carbonate CaCO3 gives CaO plus CO2. Calcium oxide plus carbon dioxide. That is a thermal decomposition. And another electrolytic decomposition of a water. Here you can see the diagram how when electric current passes through the acidified water, it is electrolyzed to give hydrogen and oxygen. Okay, and next, the pale yellow silver bromide turns to grey when exposed to the sunlight. 2 AgBr gives 2 Ag plus Br2. This is an electrolytic decomposition of a water. Next point is a displacement reactions. The reaction in which more reactive elements displaces another element having less reactivity from its compound is called a displacement reaction. Reaction between ferrous and copper sulfate solution. Copper sulfate and immerse iron nail into the copper sulfate solution for 20 minutes. After 20 minutes, the iron nail become a brownish in color due to the decomposition of a copper, and blue color of a copper sulfate solution fade. In this reaction, more reactive elements, iron displaces less reactive copper from copper sulfate and forms a ferrous sulfate. CuSO4 plus Fe gives FeSO4 plus Cu. That means ferrous is displaces with a sulfate. CuSO4 replaces plus Fe. Fe replaced with CuSO4, that is FeSO4, ferrous sulfide aqueous solution is formed. Then next point is double displacement reaction. The reaction in which ions of two reactants mutually exchange their position forming a precipitate is called a double displacement reaction. Barium sulfide reacts with the zinc sulfate to form a zinc sulfide and white precipitate of a barium sulfate. BaS plus ZnSO4 gives BaSO4 and ZnS, zinc sulfide, barium sulfate plus zinc sulfide. Okay, precipitate of a BaSO4 is formed by exchange of ions between Ba plus and SO4 minus. Okay, then what is oxidation and what is reduction? A chemical reaction in which oxygen combines with elements or a compound, or a reaction in which hydrogen is lost from the compound is called oxidation reaction. Means here hydrogen is lost in oxidation reaction, and in reduction reaction hydrogen combines with an element and oxygen is lost, that is a reduction reaction. C plus O2 gives CO2 and Cl2 plus H2 gives a twice HCl. I think all points are completed and covered by this chart, and you can understand very easily which previous videos by me, that means first, second, third lessons videos, and now I will show you by a chart major points of the lessons by through a chart that you are understand very easily way. Thank you.